Commercial real estate owners and investors are playing a waiting game, if that's what you want to call it, for a thaw in the credit markets. There's just not nearly as much money out there as there used to be. I keep saying that we've gone from a glut of capital to a shortage of capital in this country, and that's the problem we're facing. We're going to just have to parse through it. We're back now with New York developer Larry Silverstein, CEO and president of Silverstein Properties, to talk a little bit more about this. First off, as we alluded to right there, when do you start selling these properties, and how's the demand out there?
Well, first, the only property we're going to be selling are the condos, the luxury condos.
Above the Four Seasons,
above
right?
the Four Seasons,
right.
The residences of the Four Seasons.
How many will there be?
There'll be about 143, 144 residences.
Are you taking down payments on those yet?
These are high-end, super luxury condominium residences. I'd say on a par, quality par, with the building that was developed at 15 Central Park West. Robert A.M. Stern, the highly regarded architect for that building, is also doing ours, and he understands luxury as good as any architect
starting
does.
Prices.
They will be in the millions.
Couple million.
That's fine.
Couples millions.
Now you are in many ways have trumped Trump as far as getting down into this area, because even Donald Trump, the great real estate mogul, is not down there yet.
Silverstein's bigger than that.
Well, what do you see down there? I mean, why isn't he down? What do you see down there? You must see a load of potential.
Well, don't forget, when we first came down there, it was under circumstances that were totally different.
Clearly.
We bought occupied income-producing buildings, the Twin Towers, about 6 weeks before 9/11, and
what are the odds?
The odds were unbelievable,
Wow.
but nevertheless, that's behind us. What we're going to be doing is building 7.5 million feet of first-class office space, and it is my belief that, notwithstanding the trauma that we're going to be going through during '08, that the market will come back. '09 and '10 will be better years than '08, and that by the time these buildings are ready for occupancy, the end of '11 and beginning of '12, we could have gone through 2 more cycles.
I'm fully on, if the Fed will let us go through a cycle or two. I mean, they keep trying to stop the cycles from playing themselves out. Are you worried about that itself? I mean, would you prefer to see a little slight recession, let this credit crunch sort of work itself out and come back? Or do you think the Fed does need to be as aggressive to sort of keep commercial real estate, those balls up in the air, while residential real estate?
I think what you're seeing is the Fed working aggressively to loosen the availability of capital, certainly to encourage lending by lowering rates. The federal government, as you can see, Congress, the Senate, and the president's speech last night was, we have to prime the pump. Therefore, they're going to come out with an aggressive package to help do exactly that and to stimulate the economy.
And do you think that's needed? I mean, in your mind, are you more nervous that the Fed's intervening with all of this, or do you think it's actually a good thing that the Fed and the government's trying stimulus packages and intraday injections of tens of billions of dollars into the system? Do those factor into your sort of outlook over the next 5 to 10 years?
You know, you have to recognize that there are millions of people in this country who are suffering terribly.
Absolutely.
This subprime housing circumstance is a tragedy for so many families. These people need help. And the impact of their loss on this economy is very severe. And on the rest of the country is going to be felt, and felt deeply. So I believe it's enormously important for the Federal Reserve to be lowering interest rates to the extent they are. I think it's going to be terribly important for the Congress to pass a stimulus package that will prime this pump and start this economy moving back.
But I do think that there's cachet to where you are. As awful as what happened, because I also have to believe that there are immense measures put in now for safety to prevent something like this from ever happening again, as far as the occupants are going to go. But there's cachet to being down in the World Trade Center, is there not? So that's got to help you fill those buildings.
Well, when you build the world's finest buildings, not just from the standpoint of life safety, but from the standpoint of architectural quality, architectural integrity, technologically, they're at the forefront of today's capabilities. They're environmentally perfect. They're sustainably designed in terms of energy conservation and carbon footprint. So you put all of these factors together, and with world-class architects, the result should be terrific.
I didn't mean to cut you off. We got 3 seconds to just say goodnight to everybody. We'll see you tomorrow. Thank you so much for coming.
We'll
have you back.
Now,